Good morning and welcome to SSUC, where we are spiritual seekers united in community. We're so glad you've joined us online today, that wherever we are, though not together in space, we are together in time and in the work of creating spiritual community with one another. Wherever you are right now, in whatever physical space, whatever soul space, we are with one another to sing and pray and reflect on this life within us and around us, and together to find ways to live meaningfully in this challenging time. In the midst of all that life is right now, we create time and space to settle our minds, to still our spirits, to seek peace and wholeness as we share music and readings and reflection with one another. Joining me in welcoming you today is my teammate Chris, who's also providing music today, along with our song leaders, Pam to the power of two, who will be helping us with the music that we invite you to sing together with us, and also doing the magic in the booth today, Noah and Brett. We all join in welcoming you as you gather with us in this time. We humbly stand together in this place where we find ourselves, in the storied land of Cree and Métis peoples. I invite you to give thought to the land where you make your life, the land you call home, wherever that is. And perhaps you might take a moment in the chat box to tell us where it is, naming those first peoples of your land or the unceded land on which you make your life. And as we give our acknowledgement in respectful ways, we also honor the partnership we seek to create as Indigenous, refugees, immigrant settlers of so many generations. And we acknowledge our debt to this land, our debt to all of its peoples, and the memories that this land holds of those who have gone before us. We stand with one another, seeking to celebrate diversity, seeking to inspire compassion, seeking to engage life with spiritual depth as we learn from one another, seeking together a reconciling and loving way into the future.
Flash of hate and terror, in the awful lie of fear, there's a yearning deep in every soul, a longing to hear. Love has already won. Love has already won, just as sure as the day greets the morning sun. Love has already won. Love has already won. Be not afraid. Love has already won. Will this challenge break our spirits? Will this pain tear us apart? There's an answer deep in every soul. There's truth in our hearts. Love has already already won. Love has already won. Just as sure as the day greets the morning sun. Love has already won. Love has already won. Be not afraid. Love has already won. Rise in love and heed its daily call. Our every soul bring hope for us all. Oh, love has already won. Just as sure as the day greets the morning sun. Oh, love has already won. Be not afraid, love has already won. Oh, love has already won. Just as sure as the day greets the morning sun. Oh, love has already won. Be not afraid, love has already won. Be not afraid, be not afraid, love has already won. Love has already won.
In this new day, as the sun greets us, it's a new opportunity to love yet again. If you have a candle with you today, I invite us in this moment to join our light with one another as we light the space around us. And we set this time and space apart, giving us a focus of light in our midst. So we light our candles together. Remembering that above us are the stars, beneath us the soil, within us the light of love, the light of life. We take this time and space with each other to nurture the radiance of our spirits, seeking wisdom in story and song, in words and silence, within us, between us, and among us. We come into this day to greet light we have never seen before in our quest to see more clearly, to love more dearly.
This morning's story is something that I've shared before, but it's always around this time of the year, and it's great wisdom from the author Karen Berger in her book, The Little Yellow Leaf. And I'll read it now. It was autumn. In the hush of the forest, a lone yellow leaf clung to the branch of a great oak tree. "I'm not ready yet," thought the little yellow leaf, as a riot of fiery leaves chased and swirled around the tree. "Not yet," thought the little yellow leaf, as the afternoon sun beckoned and teased. "Not ready," thought the little yellow leaf, as apples grew musky, pumpkins heavy, and flocks of geese took wing. "Still not," thought the little yellow leaf, as the other leaves gathered into great heaps, crackly dry, where children played. A chill filled the air, and the sun sank slow. "Not ready," thought the little yellow leaf, as a heavy harvest moon bloomed amber in the starry sky. "Not yet, not yet, not yet." Through the long night, snow flurried, and the little yellow leaf held fast to the great oak tree. Days passed by, and still the little yellow leaf held tight, alone. He searched the bare branches covered only with a shimmer of snow. Alone. And then high up on an icy branch, a scarlet flash. One more leaf holding tight. "You're here?" called the little yellow leaf. "I am," said the little scarlet leaf. "Like me," said the little yellow leaf. Neither spoke. Finally, "Will you?" asked the little scarlet leaf. "I will," said the little yellow leaf. And 1, 2, 3, they let go and soared. Into the waiting wind they danced, off and away, and away, and away, together.
grasp the gift of our blessedness, with stardust in our jeans. Travel on with me, my friend. Travel on with me, growing in our consciousness. Sacred mystery.
Good morning. A reading by Grace Butcher entitled Learning from Trees. If we could, like the trees, practice dying, do it every year, just as something we do, like going on vacation or celebrating birthdays, it would become as easy a part of us as our hair or clothing. Someone would show us how to lie down and fade away as if in deepest meditation. And we would learn about the fine, dark emptiness, both knowing it and not knowing it. And coming back would be irrelevant. Whatever it is that the trees know when they stand undone, surprisingly intricate, we need to know also. So we can allow that last thing to happen to us as if it were only any ordinary thing. Leaves and lives falling away, the spirit complex, waiting in the fine darkness to learn which way it will go. In the words of this wise poet, may we find wisdom for our living.
May we find wisdom and more living, found in the wonder, a song and story. May we find wisdom, deep living wisdom, within reach of our own thought and word and breath.
These are the words of a poet, Carolyn Locke, entitled, What Else? The way trees empty themselves of leaves, let drop their ponderous fruit. The way the turtle abandons the sun-warmed log. The way even the late-blooming aster succumbs to the power of frost. This is not a new story. Still, on this morning, the hollowness of the season startles, filling the rooms of your house, filling the world with impossible light, improbable hope. And so, what else can you do but let yourself be broken and emptied? What else is there but waiting in the autumn sun. In the words of this writer, may we find something we need for the living of this day. It's happened again. The growing season is over and the gardens are finishing. The salmon are swimming upstream to spawn and die. The geese are gathering in the fields, and we're hearing them out at our lake now. Loud conversations they seem to be having each night. And I suspect it's about getting ready to take their leave of us. The trees are letting go of their fruit. And soon will release the leaves they've loved all year. The flowers will give way to the frost. Even as daylight now grows shorter in our hemisphere. The beloved teachers of the natural world are all on the same page with the same lesson plan. It's time for us to learn how to let go again. And we know how hard it is. How hard it is to let go of a lifetime of stuff we've accumulated. How hard it is to let go of control or the illusion that we have some. To let go of our hopes and our dreams. To let go of all the things we thought we'd do this summer we didn't. To let go of our hurt and our anger and our guilt, and to let go of painful and debilitating memories, to let go of the way things used to be, to let go of our unreasonable expectations of ourselves and each other, to let go of the way things were, to let go of the norms of life before the pandemic. No matter what, it's hard to let go. And it seems to me that this spiritual lesson has not only been a lesson the natural world has been a teacher of, but it's in the curriculum of all the great wisdom traditions. It's in the wisdom we hear in the familiar teachings of an ancient Semitic sage whose words inspired so much music. There's a time for everything and a time for every matter under heaven, a time for beginnings and for endings, a time to be young, and a time to take up the role and work of an elder, a time to be in motion, and a time to be still, a time to hold tight, and a time to let go. These are words we remember again and again as we mark the end of a life. We shared them here just yesterday as we honored a lifetime having come full circle from birth into death. And we can hear these words as a kind of cynicism or sarcasm in the recounting of life's unpredictability. Life is just one damn thing after another. Everything spins senselessly, first this, then that. Nothing is sure and steady. A merry-go-round, a Ferris wheel, a roller coaster, take your pick. An endless wheel, turning aimlessly. And we can also hear that ancient wisdom of Ecclesiastes as the ebb and flow of a single tide, rather than a series of dichotomies. That life is turning from stage to stage, from role to role, from this moment into the next, from one perspective into another. More like a series of switchbacks that move us onward, even when it seems they just circle backward. Our planetary home turns to and from the sun. We turn around the sun. We turn through the seasons, through the stages and experiences of life, through laughter and tears, building and dismantling, letting go and holding on, searching and finding, mourning and dancing, releasing and embracing, emptying and filling, giving and taking, fighting and making up, beginnings and endings and beginnings again. Each not in opposition to one another, not polarities, but turns in the same path, steps in the same dance, chords in the same song, pages in the same book, pages we have to keep turning to write the story, turns life keeps inviting us to make, with the hidden trust that the blind corners will take us safely on. To live our lives as spiritually awake human beings always requires us to leave the womb of the present attachments, to let go of our closely guarded ideas, our treasured beliefs, and to give ourselves to the vulnerable journey of opening to the mystery in which we live and move and have our being. And it's by letting go that we're born. Not just once, but again and again, to each day. Birth is just our first opportunity to learn the spiritual practice of letting go. To learn that the nature of life is leaving one place for another, one stage for another, one understanding for another, one time in life for another. To loosen our grip and to be in the river of life's flow. Life both begins and ends in letting go. Birth is only possible by letting go of our cramped quarters that are warm and wet and dark. And it's not a letting go that we are quick to choose. Generally, our small bodies have to be pushed out of comfort. They want to cling, and they're squeezed with great resistance through a narrow passage into a lifetime of letting go. And death, too, requires a letting go of what was and of what might have been, a letting go of what is seen and known by seeing, to embrace a becoming beyond our dependence on breath. And every moment between birth and death is about holding loosely the fragile threads with which our lives are woven. One of the teachers in my life is the poet Mary Oliver, who wisely wrote, "To live in this world, you must be able to do three things: to love what is mortal, to hold it against our bones, knowing that our lives depend on it, and when the time comes, to let it go. Let it go." How is it that those short, simple words, so few letters in the alphabet, describe the hardest thing in the world? It takes a lifetime to practice letting go, to let go of stimulation and surrender to sleep, to let go of our parents' hand and walk on our own, to let go of infancy and childhood and adolescence and middlescence and elderhood, to let go of the best of times and the worst of times, to let go of our illusions and our delusions, our slights and our hurts, our grudges and our grievances, our rage and our hate, to find our lives by letting go of them, to find more of life by letting it go, to let go of this moment, to walk into the next. There are so many teachers all around us, especially in this season. The trees are ready to instruct us once again that there is grace and beauty in letting go. As the leaves don't just drop, they let go. And in doing that, they make a way for seeds to grow. So here we are in this fresh, crisp autumn day, a day we're given to practice once again the spiritual discipline of letting go in things both great and small. to consider where it is that we need to trust that life will emerge as it always has from our letting go, that we're held in a mystery we can't seize or grasp, a mystery that invites us to love well, live fully, and let go.
As we see words on our screen, we will speak these, think them, read them as ways of strengthening our intentions to live into this time and into this week. We seek to breathe deeply into this moment of letting go. We long to bless what was, let go of what might have been, and embrace the miracle of what is. Amid harsh news and urgent cries, may we be attentive to the grace of what we can set free and what we must hold closely. May we cultivate a sense of humor that adds perspective to compassion, gratitude that adds persistence to courage, quietness of spirit that adds irrepressibility to hope, and openness of mind that adds surprise to joy. May it be so. As we share a few announcements with each other, this is a reminder that we have an opportunity to gather by Zoom in just a few minutes at 11:15 for a Going Deeper session, a chance to discuss, to talk about and share with one another those things we've heard this morning, ideas that this morning's gathering has brought forward in you, and to share that in a good way with each other. If you want to connect to that Going Deeper session this morning, please find the link in Friday's e-messenger or on our website at ssucedmonton.com/goingdeeper. We have a fall series coming up, a Tuesday night series that you might be interested in. Every second Tuesday, starting on September the 15th, we have the opportunity to join a number of leaders within our congregation to explore various authors through video clips and reflection on 7 life-changing topics. There's more information on that in the weekly e-messenger. As well, on this coming Friday in the messenger, you'll see the link that you will need to join that first session on September the 15th, a Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. It is time to register for Expressing Wonder if you haven't already. The deadline is approaching, and we invite you to register for what is going to be an amazing online conference. Expressing Wonder, Seeing the World with Eyes Wide Open. Speakers, a chance to get to know new people and see some old friends. This is all being planned by our friends at SSUC Saskatoon, and we'll have speakers from Saskatoon, but as well leadership from here in Edmonton as well. Please visit the website to register or contact our church office. We can help you as well. Thank you for so many of you who have continued to donate to us through this time where we're not together, where we can't see visibly all of the work that we would like to be doing together. But there is work happening through your donations. Through our Mission and Service Fund, we are continuing to send money to our partners in Canada and across the world. As well, we're continuing with the obligations and expenses we have to continue this live stream and all the work that happens here with our staff and with our building. And so thank you for those donations. If you'd like to donate, there are a number of ways on your screen, and we thank you for helping us provide what we can to you. Finally, next Sunday is going to be the conclusion of our Wisdom of Trees series. And we're going to have a bit of a summary, a bit of a wrap-up party, if you will. We're going to talk about some of your favorites and bring back some clips and celebrate the pictures that you've sent. And we can do that better if we hear from you. There's a couple of questions there that you might consider. What tree wisdom has been most meaningful to you? Do you have a favorite song, all ages story, reading, or experience from the series? Has your awareness or appreciation of trees changed since the start of the series? We'd love to hear your stories, your memories, your experiences, and your reflections on the last number of months that we've explored the wisdom of trees, and we'll be able to share some of those next week. So you can see a way to get in touch with us, either by text or by email. Please consider doing that all week long. If you're like me and you would be prone to forget, you might want to do it right now. But you'll see this announcement also in this coming Friday's e-messenger, which might twig your memory. Looking forward to next week.
Yesterday, we celebrated the life of Hazel Sawyer, a life that spanned some 87 years. Hazel and Dawn have long been a part of this spiritual community, and were here in this community and in this space with us Sunday after Sunday for many years. Most recently, were participants in one of the pop-up concerts that were offered by some of our instrumental ensemble in the backyard of a member of this community of faith, a time where they came and enjoyed the gift of music and the gift of the company of friends from this community. As is our practice, we honor the light that shined in Hazel's life over many decades, the life that continues in its memories, in her family and in her friends. And as is our practice, we want to sing in honoring that life. Hearing a song that was recorded at a previous gathering, that we invite you to join your voice as we sing our affirmation that although death has come, all is safe in the undying light of love. We go together in that affirmation into all that this day, this week holds for us. We go knowing that all is safe in the undying light of love. That light changes. It changes at dusk and at dawn. It changes as clouds come and go. We change our light from the individual flames we've lit where we are into the collective energy of the cloud of smoke. We celebrate that we each bring light and energy beyond all that is into all that will be. And so we go in the grace of this moment, in the undying light of love.